Miranda is here today, helping me take care of Chris, so it's allowed me to spend a little time running around on the ranch, and I have been doing just that. And we thought we'd stop by the garden because we hadn't been here in a couple weeks, and this is a very discouraging time to go to the garden. There's absolutely no doubt about that, because not much happens when you're planting seeds. Now, we could buy plants, we could buy baby plants, that speeds things up some, but you know, we like to start with seed just because we kind of think we're like pioneer type people. And one of the things that we've got here, of course, is we've got a big high fence around. Got a big high fence around our garden, and we got a big garden. We got a good sized garden. Got a high fence all the way around it. We got the gate that we go through here, and the gate, of course, allows us to get in and out. And we got a wire over the. Get in here, keeping me out too as well as the deer. Got a wire over the top of it. You got to watch when I walk down there. You got to duck under that wire. But you can see that we do have some things happening in the garden. Let me turn this around. You see, we do have some things happening in the garden. Now, we've got things growing up on these little mounds that we've got. And all of this has come from seed. Now, you can see that we're still planting. We're still watering because we've only had about an inch of rain here in April. And here it is getting toward the end of April. And big rain came through a couple days ago. Not a drop here, nothing. But you can see we got some little stuff coming up out of the ground. This is what you call starting from scratch. There's absolutely no doubt about that. We got some little stuff coming up. We got it all the way down that row, and that's a big row. Now we got more over here, and this is a little more advanced. When we were up here the other day, there was nothing that you can see, and I believe that is either watermelon or cantaloupe. I'm not really sure which. But we started with the seed. And that's exactly what we've got going. And again, we got a big long row of it. So this is going to be pretty plush one of these days. As we keep walking on over, you can see we've got stuff again. We got watermelon and cantaloupes coming up. Things coming up that is looking really, really good. Now these are all coming from seeds. Now this may be watermelon here. No, I don't think so. That's not. We've got quite a bit of different stuff planted. A lot of times Apache will put a little marker here, something. You can see that we're watering this, watering from a well. And we've got stuff coming up pretty much everywhere. Every little mound has got stuff on it. And we've got over here, I think this is peppers that he's got going right here. And again, they're growing. They're growing. Big black dog grew right there, didn't he? They're growing. Our little handful of tomato plants, not too pretty. Not too pretty. We're watering these because we're not getting any rain. And they're getting a little bit better all the time. But you can see that we do have things started. Now those rows over there, we don't have anything planned on those rows yet. But we will. And probably we can start buying some of the stuff at a little bit of a bargain price. But it looks pretty barren right now. It doesn't look that good, but it's going to get better as time goes on. We'll have a lot of cucumber. We'll have a lot of squash. We'll have zucchini. We will have a few tomatoes. We will have peppers. And we'll have okra. Lots and lots of okra. And the majority of this stuff will actually go to the deer. The majority of everything we got planted will actually be fed to the deer. We'll obviously eat a bunch of it ourselves. But that's a little bit of what the garden looks like. Doesn't look much different than it did a couple weeks ago. But just a little short vid to show you that we're still working on it. We are still working on it. And I guess that pretty soon, might be another few weeks, we'll have vegetables. All right, that's a little quick trip. A little quick trip to the garden. You know, some of you have been asking Jimmy, hadn't gone to the garden lately. Anything happened in the garden? Well, not much is happening up there, but you do see that we do have quite a bit of stuff coming up. And that's a good thing. Things have changed so much out here. The pecan trees, you can see the pecan trees back behind me, are beginning to get leaves on them. They're looking good, that big pecan grove back there. And things are changing and changing daily here. And there's no doubt about it that the garden is going to be looking really, really good. We'll be coming up here and walking out of that garden, not with just a couple, 2 or 3 minutes of looking at little tiny things coming out of the ground, but a couple, 2 or 3 5-gallon Bass Pro Shop buckets full of vegetables. And then also carrying big watermelons and cantaloupes that will not fit in the in the 5-gallon buckets that we've got. So it's all going to get good, but right here at the first, it's a pretty slow start. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there. You know, gardening is something that I'm not very, very good at. Never really did much gardening all my life, and for the last 3 or 4 years, we've raised a lot of vegetables, mostly for the deer, a little bit for Jimmy and Chris as well. And all the kids and grandkids, we haul vegetables home every time we go. Y'all have a great one out there. I know this is video short, but you know, my heart's big, and I sure do love you.